Did you know that American families throw away more than 4 pounds of food a week? What? That's a lot. Okay, I don't know if you've heard these statistics about food waste before, and somehow I thought that the number had been going down because with the increasing prices of food, I would assume that more people will try to make do with every last bite. But the statistics I have read have said that's not the case. So today we're going to be talking about how to make use of every last scrap. So I'm going to share with you 2 recipes that I like, and also what I'm doing with my fruit that has gotten kind of sad. Now, when I mean that it's sad, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like apples that have bruises. I'm talking about pears that are kind of soft. And when it gets to that stage, a lot of times people don't like to eat them just fresh. And so what do? A lot of times you end up throwing them out. And if they're oldie moldy, like if they have mold on them or if they're brown, I can see that's the case. But a lot of times with fruit, it just looks sad. It's just not fresh. It's just not at its peak. And there's nothing wrong with it, and we can use it. So that's what we're talking about today, is how are we going to use every last scrap and have a different mentality. But before we get going, today I'm having my heart chakra tea. Look at this adorable heart mug. It is so cute. This heart-shaped mug comes with my tea box this month, so I do a different tea every month and add tea accessories and journals and some fun things just so you can have a little bit of time for you, because I know you take care of everybody else, but you may forget to take care of yourself. So let's talk about your sad fruit. I wanted to show you roughly how much 4 pounds of food waste would be. Now, I've already used a pear out of this bag, and I've already used an apple or 2 out of this bag. I think 2 apples. So this is not even 4 pounds. So when I did the calculation, it was roughly 4.5 pounds of food per week. So this is a good snack size something. You could have this with peanut butter. Like, we all know what to do with fruit. But the thing is, when it starts to look sad, what do we do with it? And a lot of times we just pitch it. The thing I want you to know is you could turn this fruit into any number of different things. I'm going to cover 2 recipes today. The first is for the apples, the second for the pears. The first recipe we're going to talk about is my infamous apple coffee cake. Now, my kids love this recipe so much that it will be gone within 24 hours of making it. You want to use about 2 to 3 big apples for this. So like, see how this apple has a little bruise on it? Perfect for apple cake. Okay, let's look at this fruit. Look at this fruit, okay? This pear has a little bruise on it. This apple's kind of wrinkly. You know it's not gonna be super crisp. Most people are gonna throw this away. This is organic. I paid $1 million for it. And I'm gonna show you how to make the most of this fruit. And I have 3 small apples and 1 big one. And like I said, just inspect the fruit, make sure you don't have any moldy brown spots, whatever. But with this fruit, see these apples are just, they're not very crisp. They're just past their prime. This is perfect for making applesauce. This is perfect for making an apple cake, any sort of dessert. Perfect. You can even do baked apples. I think I've taught you guys before how to do a galette. You can do that with thinly sliced apples, add some cinnamon and some turbinado sugar on top. Perfect. So I'm just going to keep chopping, and then I'll show you what I'm doing next. Now the next thing I want to show you how to do is how to make hand pies. These are the easiest things ever, and kids love them, right? Because they're just small enough to put in your hand. So for these pear hand pies, you can do this one of a number of different ways. I just chopped up the pears and put a little bit of cinnamon, sugar, arrowroot, which is going to help soak up those juices that we want, and put them in a pie crust that we've rolled out. Hand pies are so fun. So when my son started a new school, you know, it's the new kid thing, right? This a couple years ago, he was the new kid, and oh, you know, so many feelings that go along with that. I made him every day for a week peanut butter and jelly hand pies because I felt so bad that he was starting a new school. These hand pies are not hard to make, and I'm going to share with you my recipe. I use my food processor. You can make the crust by hand if you want. I would use a pastry cutter if you have it. This whole concept of making sure you make do and eat up all of the food that you purchased is not a new concept. This is how people would live probably 100 years ago. This is something that I'm really interested in. It's like, how do we make do with all of the food that we have? Because I spent good money on it. I spent good money to buy organic pears, right? We're spending all this money to begin with. We might as well make sure we use everything that we can. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this with a friend. And don't forget, all of the recipes are on the blog and in a printable format, so it's easy peasy to go print those out. All right, friends, thanks for hanging with me today. I will see you in the next video.